I think Ava is the horniest character I've read in quite some time. Also the one with the biggest likelihood to get a sugar rush and go completely crazy, but yeah, mostly horny. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kat and today I would like to talk about Cupcakes and Chaos, the first of 2 books in the Frosted Misfortunes mystery series by Lisa Siefert. Overall, this was a fun and nice read. It had a couple of issues, but nothing that takes you away from the story too much. Ava was left at the altar a month ago and returns home to live with her parents for a while to recover from the blow, while they go on her original honeymoon. She starts working in a cupcake shop for Francine, and one day when she races the cupcake truck to a baking competition, she gets stopped for speeding, and the cop decides to check out what's in the truck. Or I think she decides to check out whether everything is still okay after she drove like a madwoman. And they find her boss's corpse in the bag. So she gets arrested as the prime suspect. However, her love for Hallmark mysteries, sugar, and relentless bribery with cupcakes of everybody involved somehow lead her closer to the murderer than is safe for her. First off, characters. Ava is quite fun to follow. I mean, apart from the horny aspect, because oh my, it's only been a month that this woman has been left at the altar, and she needs to get laid because she's borderline drooling the first time she runs into this cop, and she literally checks out every single guy she comes across. Oh, this one is taken, oh too bad, oh this one's taken, oh but that cop drool. It's like, wow, woman. It was a bit concerning, to be honest. But other than that, and I mean, it's a cozy mystery, so the ill-equipped person just going out to solve this mystery herself is obviously fine, but wow, she would have gotten herself into so much trouble in so many spots in this story if this was closer to reality. But aside from that, she's quite fun to follow. Her love for sugar is something I can really relate to. Her best friend, who's really one of the best friends you could hope for. But her best friend Ruby is trying to get her into healthy eating and just tries to offer her healthy smoothies in the morning that are very green, and Ava is having none of it. The love interest was a bit bland at this point to me. Like, the dialogues between them didn't do much for me. It was just like, okay, this is how you would want this person to react, rather than this is likely how this police officer would react in this situation. But it wasn't too bad either. But then again, I'm not too fond of overly romantic or horny characters or mains anyway, so clearly that part wasn't written for me. The book made me laugh out loud at several spots. I'm just gonna put one thing in here because it's pretty far at the beginning and I hope it's not too spoilery. But she gets arrested. The lawyer her best friend organizes gets her out. And her first take after her lawyer informs her about the situation is like, so you're saying I need to investigate this murder myself and try to solve it? And her lawyer is like, no, that wasn't what I said. Yeah, clearly she's going to charge off and get in the way of everything, but it's okay. That's why she bakes all of those cupcakes to bribe literally everybody. First and foremost, I think the arresting police officer's granddad, who still works at the front desk of the police station. I mean, that old guy ate like 3 cupcakes in the span of like maybe 2 or 3 minutes while they were talking to somebody else. And it's like, wow, if this guy doesn't go hyper on sugar in a minute, then I don't know what. I spotted a few things that were missed in editing or proofreading. Like, Ruby becomes Rudy at some point. You get to read about her signature bear hugs quite often. And one thing was, he bent over putting his face where his waist was. I was like, unless you're like super flexible, that doesn't really work. And also, what kind of move is that while you're talking to somebody you just stopped for speeding? instead of just looking down at him while she's admiring his abs, obviously, because, you know, Ava can't be in the vicinity of Wesley without getting horny as fuck. An important sidekick, even though he doesn't really do anything to help solve the crime, is the kitten she picks up, or rather the kitten that her boss leaves behind. And I think you can actually see the inspiration or the exact cat on Lisa Siefert's channel. It's Lucky, a Abyssinian cat, apparently a crazy expensive breed. Looking at this book, I had no idea. But anyway, important sidekick, there's a cat in there who follows her or comes along everywhere. Well, since I don't want to spoil any of the actual mystery, and I think I actually kept this almost spoiler-free in general, maybe I should try this more often, but overall I quite enjoyed this book. It was a short and entertaining read, and I think I'll pick up the next one as well. So overall it deserves, I think, this cat. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to the next one, whenever I find the time to read that. Anyway, let me know in the comments how many cupcakes you can eat before you feel really sick. For Wesley's granddad, that's at least 3 cupcakes. I think for me it's more like 1, at best 2, but that is really the limit. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll be back next week with another video. Bye guys!